Chiefs 2025, the secret to success. The Mahomes dynasty continues. The importance of Patrick Mahomes' leadership and his ability to elevate the team. At the heart of the Kansas City Chiefs' sustained success is Patrick Mahomes, whose leadership and unparalleled talent have redefined the quarterback position. Since taking over as the starter in 2018, Mahomes has led the Chiefs to 3 Super Bowl victories, LAV, LVII, and LVIII, and established himself as the face of the franchise. His ability to perform under pressure, make split-second decisions, and rally his teammates has been instrumental in the team's championship runs. Mahomes' leadership extends beyond his on-field heroics. He sets the tone in the locker room, fostering a culture of accountability and excellence. His work ethic and dedication to improvement inspire his teammates, creating a ripple effect throughout the organization. As Chiefs head coach Andy Reid noted, Patrick's not just a great player, he's a great leader. He elevates everyone around him. Examining how the Chiefs' offensive scheme and play calling capitalize on Mahomes' talent. The Chiefs' offensive scheme, masterminded by Andy Reid and offensive coordinator Eric Bieniemy, is designed to maximize Mahomes' unique skill set. The system emphasizes creativity, unpredictability, and the ability to attack defenses from multiple angles. Reid's play calling often incorporates pre-snap motion, misdirection, and innovative route combinations to create mismatches and exploit defensive weaknesses. Mahomes' exceptional arm strength, accuracy, and mobility allow him to execute a wide range of plays, from deep bombs to quick screens. The offense's versatility keeps defenses guessing, as Mahomes can strike from anywhere on the field. The Chiefs' ability to adjust their game plan based on opponents' tendencies and personnel has been a key factor in their sustained success. The impact of the supporting cast, specifically the wide receivers and the offensive line, on the team's success. While Mahomes is the engine that drives the Chiefs' offense, the supporting cast plays a crucial role in the team's success. The wide receiver core, led by Xavier Worthy and Rashee Rice, provides Mahomes with reliable targets who can stretch the field and make plays after the catch. Worthy's blazing speed and Rice's physicality create a dynamic duo that defenses must account for. The offensive line, anchored by Josh Simmons at left tackle and Trey Smith at guard, has been a pillar of strength. Their ability to protect Mahomes and open running lanes for Isaiah Pacheco has been instrumental in the offense's efficiency. The line's cohesion and communication have allowed Mahomes to operate with confidence, knowing he has time to survey the field and make plays. A fortress on defense. How Steve Spagnuolo's defensive scheme has evolved to create a formidable unit. Under defensive coordinator Steve Spagnuolo, the Chiefs' defense has transformed into a formidable unit that complements the high-powered offense. Spagnuolo's scheme, known for its aggression and unpredictability, has evolved to maximize the talents of his players. The defense's ability to generate pressure, create turnovers, and limit big plays has been a key factor in the team's championship aspirations. Spagnuolo's system emphasizes versatility, with players often shifting roles and responsibilities to confuse opposing offenses. The defense's ability to disguise coverages and blitzes has disrupted quarterbacks and forced mistakes. As Spagnuolo stated, "Our goal is to make the quarterback uncomfortable and force him into bad decisions." Analyzing the key players on defense, including Chris Jones, Nick Bolton, and L'Jarius Sneed. The Chiefs' defense boasts a trio of stars who anchor the unit: Chris Jones, Nick Bolton, and L'Jarius Sneed. Jones, a perennial All-Pro defensive tackle, is a force in the trenches. His ability to collapse the pocket and disrupt running lanes has been instrumental in the defense's success. Bolton, a young linebacker with a nose for the ball, has emerged as a leader on the second level. His instincts, tackling ability, and coverage skills make him a three-down playmaker. Sneed, a physical cornerback with excellent ball skills, has been a lockdown defender in the secondary. His ability to match up with top receivers and create turnovers has been invaluable, highlighting the Chiefs' ability to pressure opposing quarterbacks and disrupt defenses. The Chiefs' defense has consistently ranked among the league's best in terms of pressuring quarterbacks. In 2024, the unit recorded 42 sacks, tied for 7th in the NFL. The ability to generate pressure with a four-man rush, anchored by Jones and edge rusher George Karlaftis, has allowed Spagnuolo to drop more defenders into coverage and limit big plays. The defense's disruptive nature extends beyond sacks. The Chiefs' ability to force turnovers, with 24 in 2024, has been a game-changer. The unit's knack for creating chaos and capitalizing on mistakes has swung momentum in crucial moments. The unwavering culture of winning. Exploring the Chiefs' team culture and how it fosters a winning mentality. The Chiefs' sustained success is rooted in a culture of winning that permeates the organization. From the front office to the coaching staff to the players, there is a shared commitment to excellence and a belief in the team's ability to overcome adversity. This culture has been cultivated over years of consistent performance and championship-caliber play. The team's mantra, "One team, one vision," reflects the unity and focus that drive the organization. The Chiefs' ability to maintain a winning mentality, even in the face of challenges, has been a key factor in their sustained success. The impact of Andy Reid's coaching philosophy and the leadership within the organization. Head coach Andy Reid is the architect of the Chiefs' winning culture. His coaching philosophy, which emphasizes discipline, preparation, and adaptability, has created a foundation for success. Reid's ability to connect with players, foster trust, and inspire confidence has been instrumental in the team's championship runs. The leadership within the organization, from General Manager Brett Veach to Team President Mark Donovan, has been equally important. Their ability to make strategic decisions, manage the salary cap, and build a roster that complements Reid's vision has been crucial. The importance of consistency, discipline, and the next play mentality. The Chiefs' culture is built on consistency, discipline, and the next play mentality. The team's ability to maintain focus and execute at a high level, week in and week out, has been a hallmark of their success. The players' commitment to preparation and attention to detail has allowed them to overcome adversity and capitalize on opportunities. The next play mentality, instilled by Reid and the coaching staff, emphasizes the importance of moving on from mistakes and focusing on the present moment. This mindset has allowed the Chiefs to bounce back from setbacks and maintain their composure in high-pressure situations. Navigating the NFL landscape. Analyzing the challenges facing the Chiefs in the AFC West and throughout the league. The Chiefs face stiff competition in the AFC West, with teams like the Los Angeles Chargers and Denver Broncos poised to challenge for the division title. The Chargers, led by quarterback Justin Herbert, have a high-powered offense and a talented defense. The Broncos, with rookie quarterback Bo Nix, have shown promise and could be a dark horse in the division. Throughout the league, the rise of young quarterbacks like Joe Burrow, Cincinnati Bengals, Josh Allen, Buffalo Bills, and Lamar Jackson, Baltimore Ravens, has created a new wave of contenders. These teams, along with perennial powerhouses like the Philadelphia Eagles and San Francisco 49ers, present significant challenges for the Chiefs. The rise of young quarterbacks and the emergence of new contenders. The NFL landscape is shifting, with a new generation of quarterbacks emerging as stars. Burrow, Allen, and Jackson have all led their teams to deep playoff runs and are poised to challenge the Chiefs' dominance. The emergence of these young signal callers has created a more competitive league, with multiple teams capable of making a Super Bowl run. The Chiefs must adapt to this changing landscape by continuing to innovate on both sides of the ball. Their ability to stay ahead of the curve, both in terms of scheme and personnel, will be crucial in maintaining their status as a top contender. The Chiefs' ability to adapt to the changing landscape of the NFL. The Chiefs have shown a remarkable ability to adapt to the evolving NFL landscape. Reid's willingness to embrace analytics, incorporate new technologies, and adjust his schemes has kept the offense at the forefront of innovation. On defense, Spagnuolo's ability to adjust his system to fit the talents of his players has been equally important. The organization's commitment to player development, strategic drafting, and salary cap management has allowed them to sustain success despite roster turnover. The Chiefs' ability to identify and develop talent, both through the draft and free agency, has been a key factor in their sustained dominance. The blueprint for continued success. Predicting the Chiefs' future trajectory and how they can sustain their dominance. The Chiefs are well positioned to continue their dominance in the years to come. With Mahomes entering his prime, a strong supporting cast, and a championship-caliber defense, the team has the pieces in place to make another Super Bowl run in 2025. The organization's commitment to excellence, from the front office to the coaching staff to the players, provides a solid foundation for sustained success. To maintain their dominance, the Chiefs must continue to prioritize player development, strategic drafting, and salary cap management. Identifying and developing young talent, both through the draft and undrafted free agency, will be crucial in replenishing the roster and maintaining depth. The importance of player development, strategic drafting, and salary cap management. Player development is a cornerstone of the Chiefs' success. The team's ability to turn late-round picks and undrafted free agents into contributors has been remarkable. Players like Tyreek Hill, 5th round, Travis Kelce, 3rd round, and Chris Jones, 2nd round, are testaments to the organization's scouting and coaching prowess. Strategic drafting is equally important. The Chiefs have consistently targeted players who fit their system and culture, rather than chasing big names or flashy prospects. This approach has allowed them to build a roster that is both talented and cohesive. Salary cap management is a critical aspect of sustained success. The Chiefs have navigated the cap effectively, making tough decisions when necessary but always prioritizing the retention of core players like Mahomes, Jones, and Kelce. Their ability to restructure contracts, find value in free agency, and manage the cap will be crucial in the years to come. Looking ahead to potential challenges and opportunities in the years to come. The Chiefs face several challenges in the years ahead, including the potential retirement of key veterans like Kelce and Reed. Kelce, who will be 36 in 2025, has hinted at retirement, and Reed, at 67, may also consider stepping away. The organization must prepare for these transitions by identifying and developing successors. Opportunities also abound. The Chiefs' strong draft position, with multiple picks in the first 3 rounds of the 2025 draft, provides a chance to add impact players. The team's cap flexibility, with approximately $30 million in space after Mahomes' restructure, allows them to pursue top free agents or extend key players like Trey Smith and Nick Bolton. In conclusion, the Kansas City Chiefs' secret to success lies in a combination of elite talent, innovative coaching, a winning culture, and strategic management. With Patrick Mahomes at the helm, a formidable defense, and a commitment to excellence, the Chiefs are poised to continue their dynasty in 2025 and beyond. First, I should start with the introduction, setting the stage for the discussion. I'll mention the Chiefs' recent success and the question of whether they can maintain it over the next 10 years. Then, I'll dive into the main sections. For Mahomes' magic, the core of Chiefs' success, I'll emphasize Mahomes' exceptional talent, his leadership, and how his contract extension shows the team's commitment to him. I'll also look at his performance trends and speculate on how his game might evolve. I need to be careful not to overstate his abilities or ignore potential declines, but also highlight his unique skills that could sustain his performance. In Beyond Mahomes, Supporting the King, I'll discuss the importance of the supporting cast, identifying key players and their impact. I'll also talk about the Chiefs' approach to drafting and player development. This section should show how the team has built around Mahomes and plans to continue doing so. The challenges ahead, navigating the NFL landscape, will address the difficulties of staying on top in a competitive league. I'll talk about the pressure of maintaining high performance and identify potential weaknesses in the Chiefs system. This part should provide a realistic view of the obstacles they might face. For financial flexibility, fueling future success, I'll explain the importance of managing the salary cap and examine the Chiefs' current situation. I'll also look at potential future moves to strengthen the roster. This section should demonstrate how financial savvy can contribute to long-term success. Finally, in A Dynasty in the Making, can they write their legacy? I'll project the Chiefs' potential trajectory over the next decade and discuss the factors that could influence their success. I'll conclude with an assessment of whether they have what it takes to dominate for a decade. I should make sure to use specific examples and data where possible to support my points. I'll also try to keep the tone engaging and informative, avoiding overly technical jargon that might alienate readers. Let me start drafting the introduction. I'll say something like, the Kansas City Chiefs have been a force to be reckoned with in recent years, thanks in large part to the extraordinary talent of Patrick Mahomes. But can they sustain this level of success for a full decade? In this article, we'll explore the factors that could contribute to or hinder the Chiefs' dominance over the next 10 years. That sounds good. Now, I'll move on to the first main section about Mahomes. I'll start by highlighting his unique abilities and leadership qualities. I'll say, Patrick Mahomes is not just a quarterback, he's a phenomenon. His ability to make plays that seem impossible, combined with his leadership on and off the field, has been the cornerstone of the Chiefs' success. I'll continue by discussing his contract extension, which shows the team's commitment to him. I'll say, the Chiefs' decision to sign Mahomes to a 10-year, $450 million contract extension in 2020 was a clear signal of their intent to build around him for the long haul. Then, I'll analyze his performance trends. I'll mention his stats from recent seasons and how he's adapted to different defensive strategies. I'll say, over the past few seasons, Mahomes has consistently put up impressive numbers, even as defenses have tried to adapt to his style of play. His ability to read defenses and make quick decisions has only improved with experience. I'll also speculate on how his game might evolve. I'll say, as Mahomes enters his prime, we can expect him to continue refining his skills. He may become even more efficient in the pocket, relying less on his scrambling ability and more on his arm strength and accuracy. I think that covers the first section. Now, on to Beyond Mahomes, Supporting the King. I'll start by emphasizing the importance of the supporting cast. I'll say, while Mahomes is the star, he can't do it alone. The Chiefs have done an excellent job of surrounding him with talent, from wide receivers to the offensive line. I'll identify key players, like Travis Kelce and Tyreek Hill, and discuss their impact. I'll say, players like Travis Kelce and Tyreek Hill have been instrumental in the Chiefs' success. Kelce's reliability as a tight end and Hill's speed as a wide receiver have given Mahomes valuable options downfield. Then, I'll talk about the Chiefs' approach to drafting and player development. I'll say, the Chiefs have also shown a knack for finding and developing talent through the draft. Players like Clyde Edwards-Helaire and Creed Humphrey have quickly become key contributors. That should cover the second section. Now, for the challenges ahead, navigating the NFL landscape, I'll start by discussing the competitive nature of the NFL. I'll say, the NFL is a league where parity is the norm, and sustaining success over a decade is incredibly difficult. New talent emerges every year, and teams are constantly improving. I'll talk about the pressure of maintaining high performance. I'll say, the Chiefs will face immense pressure to maintain their high level of play. Complacency can set in, and injuries can derail even the best-laid plans. Then, I'll identify potential weaknesses in the Chiefs system. I'll say, one potential weakness is the reliance on Mahomes. If he were to suffer a significant injury, the team's fortunes could change quickly. Additionally, the defense has had its ups and downs, and consistency there will be crucial. I think that's a good overview of the challenges. Now, for financial flexibility, fueling future success, I'll start by explaining the importance of managing the salary cap. I'll say, in the NFL, financial flexibility is key to sustaining success. Teams must manage the salary cap carefully to retain key players and acquire new talent. I'll examine the Chiefs' current cap situation. I'll say, the Chiefs have done a good job of managing their cap so far, but Mahomes' massive contract will eat up a significant portion of their cap space in the coming years. They'll need to be creative in how they structure contracts and allocate resources. Then, I'll look at potential future moves. I'll say, the Chiefs may need to make tough decisions about which players to keep and which to let go. They may also look to the draft and free agency to find cost-effective solutions. That should cover the financial aspect. Finally, for a dynasty in the making, can they write their legacy? I'll start by discussing the Chiefs' pursuit of a legacy. I'll say, the Chiefs are aiming to establish a dynasty similar to the Patriots of the early 2000s or the 49ers of the 1980s. To do so, they'll need to maintain their high level of play and continue winning championships. I'll project their potential trajectory. I'll say, if the Chiefs can continue to build around Mahomes, develop young talent, and manage their finances wisely, they have a good chance of remaining competitive for the next decade. However, the NFL is unpredictable, and many factors could influence their success. Then, I'll conclude with an assessment. I'll say, in conclusion, the Chiefs have the ingredients for sustained success: a generational quarterback, a strong supporting cast, and a savvy front office. However, the challenges of the NFL landscape and the need for financial flexibility cannot be ignored. If they can navigate these obstacles, the Chiefs could very well dominate for a decade. That sounds like a solid conclusion. Now, I just need to flesh out each section with more details and examples. I'll start with the introduction and work my way through. For the introduction, I'll add some context about the Chiefs' recent success. I'll say, the Kansas City Chiefs have been a dominant force in the NFL in recent years, winning back-to-back Super Bowls in 2020 and 2021 and remaining a top contender ever since. Much of this success can be attributed to the extraordinary talent of Patrick Mahomes, who has quickly established himself as one of the league's premier quarterbacks. But as the team looks to the future, the question arises, can the Chiefs maintain this level of dominance for a full decade? That sets the stage nicely. Now, for the first section on Mahomes, I'll add some specific stats to highlight his performance. I'll say, since taking over as the starting quarterback in 2018, Mahomes has thrown for over 4,000 yards in each season, with a career passer rating of 105.8. His ability to make plays both inside and outside the pocket, combined with his leadership on and off the field, has been the cornerstone of the Chiefs' success. I'll also mention his contract extension in more detail. I'll say, in 2020, the Chiefs made a clear statement of their commitment to Mahomes by signing him to a 10-year, $450 million contract extension, the largest in NFL history. This move not only secured Mahomes' future with the team, but also signaled the franchise's intent to build a dynasty around him. For the analysis of his performance trends, I'll talk about how he's adapted to different defensive strategies. I'll say, over the years, defenses have tried various tactics to contain Mahomes, from blitzing heavily to dropping more players into coverage. However, Mahomes has shown an uncanny ability to adjust, using his mobility to extend plays and his arm strength to make throws from any angle. His performance in the 2021 AFC Championship game, where he threw for 325 yards and 3 touchdowns despite constant pressure, is a testament to his resilience. I'll also speculate on how his game might evolve. I'll say, as Mahomes enters his late 20s and early 30s, we can expect him to continue refining his skills. He may become even more efficient in the pocket, relying less on his scrambling ability and more on his arm strength and accuracy. Additionally, his experience and knowledge of the game will only grow, making him an even more formidable opponent. That should cover the first section. Now, for Beyond Mahomes, Supporting the King, I'll add more details about key players. I'll say, the Chiefs have done an excellent job of surrounding Mahomes with talent. Tight end Travis Kelce, a future Hall of Famer, has been a reliable target for Mahomes, averaging over 1,000 yards per season. Wide receiver Tyreek Hill's speed and playmaking ability have also been crucial, stretching defenses and creating opportunities for other receivers. I'll also mention the offensive line. I'll say, the offensive line, anchored by tackles Eric Fisher and Mitchell Schwartz, has provided Mahomes with solid protection, allowing him to operate with confidence. The addition of rookie center Creed Humphrey in 2021 has further strengthened the line, ensuring that Mahomes has time to make his reads and deliver the ball. For the drafting and player development part, I'll say, the Chiefs have also shown a knack for finding and developing talent through the draft. Running back Clyde Edwards-Helaire, selected in the first round of the 2020 draft, has quickly become a key contributor, providing a dynamic presence in the backfield. Similarly, defensive players like linebacker Nick Bolton and safety Juan Thornhill have developed into starters, showcasing the team's ability to identify and nurture young talent. That should cover the second section. Now, for the challenges ahead, navigating the NFL landscape, I'll add more context about the competitive nature of the NFL. I'll say, the NFL is a league where parity is the norm, and sustaining success over a decade is incredibly difficult. Each year, new talent emerges through the draft, and teams are constantly improving their rosters and strategies. The Chiefs will need to stay ahead of the curve to maintain their dominance. I'll talk about the pressure of maintaining high performance. I'll say, the pressure to perform at a high level year after year is immense. Complacency can set in, and injuries can derail even the best-laid plans. The Chiefs will need to maintain their focus and drive, avoiding the pitfalls that have plagued other successful teams in the past.